One of the days we've been anticipating is today. At long last, Shiba Inu is starting to feel better. At last, whales have returned. Things are happening fast for millions. Next week, we might see the 1 cent dream. Why is this taking place? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll try to clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. A major announcement was made not long ago. The whole Shiba Inu community was startled by the whales. It was very jolted, you know. Huge decisions were taken, such as level-changing decisions. What this means for the future of Shiba Inu is tremendous. This is not going to be about little changes to your pocketbook. Something major is about to happen, since this change shouts it. This is what's really crazy. The whales aren't the only ones making a racket. Shiba Inu have recently accomplished some very noteworthy goals. The sort that makes you wonder whether Shiba Inu are actually making a comeback. Yeah, it seems as if the revival is already underway. It may even take a few zeros off the price if this momentum continues increasing like this. Even whispers of the 1 cent dream are making a comeback among some. Mad as a bee, could be wrong, but that's not all. I have more to share. Okay, that's fantastic, you may be thinking. Is the chart responding to this already? A single analyst has just provided a breakdown. His words can send shivers down your spine. He says that Shiba Inu are coiling, squeezed snugly inside a huge symmetrical triangle. Imagine it as a spring that, when subjected to increasing pressure, would eventually break. When it occurs, the breakout might be very powerful, with a range of up to 17 times what it is now. That type of action isn't haphazard. Therein lies the origin of parabolic runs. And that is precisely the direction this arrangement is suggesting. No background sounds. Not empty rhetoric. Technical energy, in its raw form, is about to explode. What then transpired? The major players are subtly restocking their positions, since Shiba Inu whale activity has skyrocketed. Wallets holding more than 1% of the total Shiba Inu supply increased their purchases at an astounding rate over the last month. Imagine a net flow that is approximately 30 times larger than normal, and think hundreds of times greater than normal. According to on-chain statistics, these titans bought approximately 2 trillion tokens all at once, indicating a 4-fold increase in daily purchasing activity compared to our usual patterns. You can learn one entertaining thing from that type of persistent accumulation. The smart money is jumping on board again, and this time they're feeling even better about it. Do you recall that in early 2023, the Shiba Inu's value soared by around 3 times due to increased whale activity, which sparked a big breakout? It seems like that maneuver can be repeated now. Based on past performance, Shiba Inu may try to regain its earlier this year highs, which were levels that were twice as high as today's trading range. There is no doubt that the major players are preparing for another spectacular run. What with whales still hoarding tokens and bullish chart patterns coming into play? When will Shiba Inu return to such lofty heights? It seems that the answer is yes. Never let your guard down. This may mark the beginning of a monumental undertaking. And the problem is, another expert claims that things have simply become much worse. According to the most recent numbers from Into the Block, the percentage of Shiba Inu owned by very big wallets, sometimes known as whales, has reached an unprecedented 74%. Just a few of very wealthy people own approximately 3/4 of the world's Shiba Inu. Additionally, these wallets are not haphazard. These are the addresses of people who either possess 1% or more of the Shiba Inu, or who have been holding on to large quantities of the dogs for quite some time. So, what exactly does it imply? So these whales aren't joking around, they're putting down serious money bets. It is typically not a coincidence when there is this level of concentrated ownership. This is serious cash, and we mean it seriously. They anticipate a rapid price explosion and are stocking up now. It becomes much more intriguing when individual investors are not pouring money in just yet. Why is this stage? Just before the audience goes wild, this is when the whales start to gather in a low-key manner. Retailers start pouring in as soon as the buzz starts. Even the whales will be relaxed at that point. This type of arrangement is thrilling. As in really thrilling. Why? Reason being, we're familiar with this plot. In the year 2023, this very day passed away. Massive positions were begun by whales. Calm purchasing, increasing focus. Finally, a bang, a breakthrough caused the price of Shiba Inu to skyrocket, increasing by 3,000% in just a few weeks. In the space of a second, everything erupted into mayhem, and the little bird was attentive right away. Those people reaped the most benefits. We find ourselves in the same place with the same flashing lights once again. The Shiba Inu has entered that potentially harmful phase, so sure it's safe to say. This is the area where the storm is about to break. The sort where you have to decide between dozing off and missing the rocket launch or buckling on and riding it before anybody notices the launch. What the heck? The 1 cent ideal may come to fruition much sooner than anticipated, if the current level of energy continues to grow, and if these whales maintain their current level of effort. The next week, at the latest. Is it insane? Possibly yes. The wildest crypto movements, meanwhile, often happen when no one is expecting them. The skyscraper is already visible. An iconic return has been accomplished by the Shiba Inu, who has taken to the skies like a bird of prey. CoinMarketCap's ranking of the 20 largest cryptocurrency markets. Yes, it is significant. It dropped out of the top 20 just last week, but it's making a triumphant return. Such a move is not accidental. There has been a rapid change in momentum. Now let me tell you something much more intriguing. You won't find this resurgence occurring in a vacuum. There has been more than simply Ethereum involved in the recent rise. It's having a domino effect on the market, particularly in the meme coin sector. Shiba Inu are the most popular, right? Shiba Inu is intrinsically linked to the Ethereum network due to the fact that it is designed fully on top of it. Therefore, Shiba Inu usually feel the boost, and then some, whenever Ethereum surges. Now the climate around it has altered drastically. Even if there hasn't been a huge announcement related to Shiba Inu to drive this new price movement. All the excitement has subsided. A hunger for danger is reawakening. Meme currencies tend to become viral more quickly than any other cryptocurrency when that initial excitement returns. At this very moment, Shiba Inu are in that zone. It's about mood, momentum, and the smart money riding the next wave, not only about fundamentals or usefulness. The frenzy has taken over. Everyone from the whales to the experts to the charts is on the same page. Together, you get all of it. Historical breakthrough patterns are taking shape. Whale accumulation is soaring. Ownership concentration is on the rise. Ethereum is driving the market as a whole upward, and SHIB is making a triumphant return. Consequently, a perfect storm occurs. Pre-Shiba Inu monster run early 2023 seems like a distant memory. We may have only just begun to experience the thrilling build-up to what promises to be an explosive conclusion. Shiba Inu is looking quite promising, especially when considering the far future. Shiba Inu is now attempting what market participants refer to as an on-zero breakthrough for the second time. In other words, it is trying to break through a crucial price barrier without the customary large volume to support it. It's like attempting to propel a vehicle upwards with just a little wind. It's doable, but very unlikely until more power is applied. In particular, the Shiba Inu price is teetering on the brink of a psychological price wall, which is a significant resistance level. It's playing with that line, pushing up against it, attempting to cross it, but here's the catch. At this point in time, the volume is insufficient. And past experience teaches us that weak trading breakouts, while seemingly promising at first, sometimes retrace just as rapidly. Is it thus bearish? Absolutely not. This present push may seem weak, but it is really occurring at a very key point on the chart. Shiba Inu has recovered well from its recent pullback on the daily time frame. That slant. Weak hands were shaken out. The remaining entities include the believers, the smart money, and the whales, all of whom are actively continuing to accumulate. Everything else is falling into place, even if the volume is low at the moment. And that's usually the first sign of an outbreak. Mild constant pressure, followed by a jolt. It might ignite the fire for a far greater rise if Shiba Inu manages to smash through this present barrier and creates genuine momentum and a flood of volume, similar to earlier bull cycles. This isn't going to be a little demonstration. The possible beginning of another huge ascent is what we're discussing. Simply said, there aren't many roadblocks to progressing to higher levels if that barrier is eliminated. Shiba Inu may be entering a zone where the 1 cent dream becomes a reality. If the whales continue to stack, the chart continues to tighten, and Ethereum continues to drag the market higher. Put it in your mind. A more robust infrastructure is now in place. There is a larger community. Opinions are changing. The charts have finally awakened, and while things may seem calm in the near term, the long-term indicators are beginning to show signs of improvement. We have a good chance of starting to march toward that elusive 1 cent level if the current alignment continues, if volume comes in, if resistance breaks, and if confidence returns. Perhaps not today, perhaps not tomorrow. However, in the cryptocurrency industry, things may change at a blink of an eye. Shiba Inu seems to be teetering on the brink of a tremendous event at the moment. Pay close attention. Perhaps the path to 1 cent is already before our eyes. Have you thought about this? Feel free to leave a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.